You know, yesterday I just put the articles out as things were unfolding. I didn't really give a lot of my own personal commentary, but today I am going to take the time to do this. And as far as you trolls are concerned, you can miss me with your dissatisfaction with what I'm saying. I don't give a damn if you don't agree with me. I don't care if you thumbs me down. I don't care about your little nasty remarks that you leave. I'm going to just erase it anyway. So seriously, you're wasting your time. Trump gave probably one of the most unprofessional presidential speeches after an incident I have ever seen in my life. And he is living proof that just because you are an older person, it does not mean you have wisdom. It does not mean that you are smart. All right. It does not mean that you use discernment before you open your mouth. I have never seen such a shitty ass statement from a president in my life. And this shit went out to the entire world to see. It's embarrassing to have this kind of person as your mouthpiece in a country. But this is what we have. Donald Trump's incredibly unpresidential statement on Charlottesville. Not to mention the fact he took forever, ladies and gentlemen, forever to come out and even say anything. Okay, it's not like he came out immediately like most presidents do, because these are the white supremacists that supported him and carried out this domestic terrorism in Charlottesville. He didn't want to call them out. And guess what? He didn't. He gave this little second grade sounding speech about hate on all sides and then walked away. That's pretty much what he did. And your white supremacists all went out to Twitter praising him for not calling them out. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump did this on purpose. This was deliberate. He knew he had to come out and say something. But in the same token, he did not want to offend his base, who are the white supremacists. So he couldn't say, I condemn what they did and name them and call them out, which a president should have done. He sidestepped and gave a very vague speech that literally can apply to anybody, instead of specifically aiming the speech at white supremacy and domestic terrorism. It's a disgrace. This man shouldn't be president of a dog pound. And the criticism is like across all types of papers today. All news outlets, and how unprofessional this man's speech was. It's just embarrassing. Trump criticized for not calling out white supremacists. This is the New York Times. Okay, and you can see a lot of things here. What Trump got wrong on Charlottesville. I don't really believe he wanted to even give this speech in the first place. That's the way it came off to me. Like he just did not want to get out there and say anything against these white supremacists. And like I said, it took him all day long to come out just to say something. And that is very unpresidential. Presidents should be out there on top of any type of situation that impacts the country immediately. And he didn't do that. This is the man that drove his car behind two other cars, and then he rammed his car into the one that was in front of him. And it was deliberate, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the police initially put out this report that he panicked. But see, when he came down the street a second time at full speed and barreled the car into a crowd of people, it should have been plain and clear that was not no damn panic. It was attempted murder. But that was the story they were leading with yesterday. He panicked. Okay, so I guess when he came down that street at full speed the second time, that was a panic too. You know, the media in this country take people for fools, and so do the police, for them to even put some shit out like that. Ohio man charged with murder in Virginia car attack following white nationalist rally. What happened? He really was the height of the terrorism yesterday. Okay. Once he decided to use that car as a weapon, that was an act of domestic terrorism. That's what it is. Let's label it what it was. All right. So he killed a woman yesterday, and I'm going to show you her next. But he used his car as a weapon on a crowd of people. I'm going to say this again, Black people. You need to stay out of white people's business. This is their business. They are very divided. They are so divided among their own that they're taking the fight to the street. We shouldn't be out there at all. As far as white people are, we've always been divided. That divide is nothing new for us. Stay out of the streets. If they want to beat each other up to a bloody pulp and ram cars into each other and pull weapons out, let them do it. You stay out of it. Here is the fatality that James Alex Field Jr., the 20-year-old, took out with his Dodge Challenger. This is the woman he killed. Her name is Heather Heyer, 32 years old. She was a paralegal. She was identified by her friends and family as the person that he killed. Woman killed by madman at White Power rally, identified as paralegal. Okay. So he took out one of his own. At this rally. But Trump called out Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee that didn't kill anybody. But he refused to call out white supremacists, call out the one that was behind the wheel, James Alex Field Jr., in his speech. Didn't even call the guy out that killed this woman. This man is a disgrace. Also today, they finally named the state troopers that were killed. And apparently what was going on were they were in the helicopter monitoring what was going on down on the ground. And this just came out today. 2 state police pilots killed in Charlottesville helicopter crash. So they were up in the air monitoring the the domestic terrorism from the helicopter that took place yesterday. So it says Charlottesville, Virginia State's police helicopter helping law enforcement officers monitor the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville crashed. Okay, and it killed the people on board. The two were the pilot, and his name was H.J. Cullen, 48 years old. And the second trooper was Burke M.M. Bates. Okay, they were both killed. All right, here's a video. I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Saturday afternoon, Virginia State Police were notified of a helicopter crash in Albemarle County. Albemarle County Police and fire immediately responded to the scene, which is in the woods off of Old Farm Road. There was a helicopter. It crashed in the woods near a residence. Nobody on the ground was injured. No structures were damaged. We do have 2 confirmed fatalities. There was a pilot and a passenger on the helicopter at the time it crashed. The impact of the crash caused the helicopter to catch fire. And so this time we have 2 confirmed fatalities. By state code, Virginia, state police are to investigate all aircraft crashes. So that's why state police responded to the scene to investigate. Of course, we'll be notifying the FAA and the NTSB, which is standard practice anytime you investigate an aircraft crash. We are not identifying the 2 individuals at this point, nor are we identifying who actually owns the helicopter. The cause of the crash remains under investigation at this time.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Get informed on today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see everybody has been identified today that were fatalities yesterday. So all I have to say is domestic terrorists and terrorism in America is part of the American fabric. It has been here since the inception of America. It is still here now. Attitudes are all the same. We're just in a different era, ladies and gentlemen. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comments and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. Peace, family.